right, welcome back. President Biden turned to Hollywood over the weekend to try and help him counter some of Donald Trump's massive fundraising haul over the last month. But critics argue it won't work. A Wall Street Journal op-ed saying, quote, people who work in the worlds of entertainment and political fundraising say that some celebrities, in particular those in their 20s and 30s, are eschewing politics during an historically divided time and at a moment when the war in Gaza has galvanized some young Americans, ultimately against Joe Biden. Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce joins us right now. Tammy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Shouldn't be surprising. The Democrats historically have had big events out in Hollywood. They had another one and they broke a record.
Yeah, sure. The Democrats now clearly are the party of Hollywood, billionaire tech people,
right.
And you've got others, and those are the people who really aren't affected by the catastrophe that Biden has created in the country economically and when it comes to crime. When you can hire your own personal security forces, when the economy, you know, it's like what somebody's rent is normally your flower bill every week. So this is why, and they like the access to power and the fun, they do, but they're out of touch, clearly. So I think that, look, nobody's waiting to find out who Barbara Streisand's going to vote for before they make their mind up about who they're going to vote for in November. We know where Clooney stands and where Streisand stands and everyone else. And the young people already know they're not infants, they're not drooling, they know what's happened to their lives. They may not vote at all, or they may in fact vote for Trump.
Sure, absolutely. So they raised a bunch of money and they're using it to buy ads. There's a story out today that apparently Biden and company have bought $50 million worth of ads in June, and we ran a snippet of one ad that is playing right now. And essentially, Joe Biden's not in it. It's all about Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a convicted felon. That is their whole. That's the trick they hope to take him across the finish line. Is he's not Donald Trump.
Well, it worked in 2020, didn't it?
Yep.
So, but once again, that was a different world. Now everyone realized they were lied to. And they now also can compare the results of Trump versus Biden. It's close enough to people can say, look, I was better off when Trump was the president. I'm just completely worse off now. In addition to the nature of the kinds of things we experience, it's not theoretical stuff about policies. Right. It's the economy, it's crime, it's energy costs. You know, it's about immigration, which is about crime and safety.
Right.
So it's an insult to the American people.
All right. A lot of people are going to be able to judge the two men when they stand side by side at the CNN debate coming up a week from Thursday. Here are some of the rules. There will be 2 commercial breaks. The candidates can't interact with campaign staff during the commercial breaks throughout the 90 minutes. Podiums are going to be positioned, determined by coin flip. But here's the one everybody's talking about. Mics muted outside of speaking time. So as soon as somebody's done talking, they're going to turn off the mics. What do you think about that?
Because Joe Biden apparently needs a nanny. The president of the United States should be able to have a debate and negotiate with someone without that person being tied up in a straitjacket so that Joey can get his, next sentence out. This is nuts. But this is part of the test. Donald Trump doesn't need that. Donald Trump's not afraid of what people say to him. He's going to speak. Right. And, if you're afraid of your fellow American who is loved by tens of millions of Americans, who is a former president, and you're afraid of him, how are you dealing with Putin and Kim and Fat Boy in North Korea and the Chinese? And now you've got Russia is going to visit North Korea. What is this? As long as the American people know Donald Trump will do a good job. I don't know what the Biden team expects, but he needs a nanny. He thinks he's going to skate through this. I think the American people know that this is a charade and are looking forward to Trump's policy positions.
Look for an angry note from Kim Jong-un. I am not a fat boy.
All right, we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Tammy, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.